Hello, have you ever considered to be in sales? Have you ever thought how the sales professionals make it look so easy when they're selling? Well, actually, there are thousands of books that can help people be better salespersons, salespeople, sales reps, and there's also motivational speakers that will swear by that they have the best techniques, and that's the only way of doing it. However, there are other ways, and I do believe in some of their techniques. Like I said, believe that there's other ways of doing it. I think there's three principles that will help a person get better in sales and actually get more sales across the board. And those three things are being personable, product knowledge, and trust. Everyone knows that sales, more sales is more money, but there could be a lot more that comes from it when any interaction with the potential buyer. I have been in sales for 17 years, and over the time, I had a pretty successful record in sales and moving up. But also, I've seen a lot of the top salespeople in the world actually the things that are most successful, and it's a trend that I see in most of the top salespeople. So that's being personable. So being personable is connecting with that person. Sanders in How to Be Personable on the website. So on Social Pro says that there's 17 different ways or things that you could do to be likable. There are so many things that you can do other than these, but these were the top ones that I found that were pretty nice to use. Asking questions and listening closely actually shows your buyer that you're actually paying attention to their needs. Sales reps get bad reputations of like, oh, they don't care about me. They all they want is the sale. And what that does is the buyer come in with their walls up. So they're not going to necessarily give the information that the salesperson needs to move that person forward on the home. So, that potential, being personable will really break down walls. And I thought one of the most interesting one is on the list, number 15, is using humor. I love using humor, and it seems to break down walls pretty good. So after the person gets to like you, then you're talking about the product. You ever heard of the saying, these things sell themselves, or anything like that? Well, in some ways that is true, but like bigger purchases like in a car and home, it could be a little bit different. But knowing your product knowledge or your product is very important. Nobody wants to work with somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about. Actually, in the book that I love this book. It's 40 Day Sales Dare, and it actually on page 50 it talks about write out some of the specific features of your home and community that you feel need to present as brand new to your customers. So it kind of gives you a little breakdown in things that challenge you to use. But knowing your product to give that buyer a little bit more comfort when they're purchasing or want to move forward on the home. That just raises your chances to get that deal for that potential buyer. Knowledge is power. And, going to my next point, which just kind of ties in together with being personable and product knowledge, is trust. If someone trusts another, they will pretty much buy or do anything that you ask. So, you're being personable and knowing your knowledge will just kind of tie all this in. So on the Forbes website, actually, it breaks down different ways to get people to trust you. Actually, it's 6 ways, and, it's greet them warmly, talk slowly, validate yourself, listen intently, and ask great questions. All these are great, and it has a little bit more breakdown. So if you'd like to go to the website to check that out a little bit more, just want to build that trust up. And, it starts within the first 15 seconds, or the few minutes of the conversation, meeting somebody new. So from there, you want to build on that trust and make sure that, you can move them forward. Because without that trust, they most likely will be kind of scared or timid to actually move forward with you. So the 3 things that I did cover are the being personable, product knowledge, and then trust. Again, this will only raise your chances of being a better salesperson or giving that customer a better or a more wonderful experience that you want to give them. So I started writing a book, or actually drafting a book. It's called Shut Up and Let Me Sell. And the reason why I actually started writing that is because I was hearing from this side, oh, this is the best way. Hearing from other people, this is the best way. And instead of me just kind of just taking and making it my own, I was like a robot and wanted to follow those things. But, you know, when I finally figured it out, these three things just kind of stuck. And it really has stuck with the top performers. And hopefully one day this will help you maybe even write a book like I am doing as well, and, you know, be a top sales performer like a lot of people in the world. Thank you.